Evan Williams today. Some real whiskey, bourbon. Better than that stupid cinnamon crap I've been drinking this whole month. They call us like fire. I don't know who tricked someone into believing that cinnamon is spicy, but it's not. If you think cinnamon is spicy, you're dumb. It's Comics and Shots, a completely improvised, semi-comedic musing by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikTok's Mick the Man, aka Mick the Maverick, aka that comb that you left on their dresser, hoping that they'd take it and try to find you to return it. Today's subject, Ronin by Frank Miller. Ronin by Frank Miller. Improv. That comic is one of the greatest graphic novels I've ever read. And it was Frank Miller pre 9/11, so you know it's good too. For realsies, 9/11 really messed him up. Oh man, he knew people there. Most artists and writers, you look at their declines and like, oh man, what happened? But Frank Miller, you know why. You know what happened. And I think his health kind of deteriorated too. It was a whole thing, man. And then he ended up writing Holy Terror. Oh boy. Yeah, Ronin Classic Cyberpunk. A telepathic, telekinetic quadriplegic is tasked to work with the best way to describe it is like a cyberdome full of like biotechnology. But like somehow he ends up getting possessed by like the spirit of a samurai and gets badass robo arms and robo legs. Meanwhile, the demon Agat is like doing all sorts of crazy things in this techno hellscape. It's amazing. I'm not even gonna spoil it, even though it's at least 50 years old. I don't know how old it is, but it's very old and very good. I really recommend it. Man. Samurai fighting a demon. If that sounds like Samurai Jack, I believe that Samurai Jack is inspired by it. Samurai Jack also inspired by Lone Wolf and Cub. I could do a double. Lone Wolf and Cub 2. I have volumes of that. I don't have all of them. That's really good. Probably one of the greatest, what's the best way to describe it? Like, Death of the Week comics ever. About an assassin and his kid just killing whoever they're paid to kill. It's amazing. Yeah. Usagi Yojimbo had their own version of it. Lone Goat and Kid. They were great, man. Oh, snap. And Samurai Jack had Lone Wolf and Cub on the show. How did they have to pay it? Was it official? So insane. Oh, so great. Yeah. Cyberpunk, man. It's like nothing tops like Akira, Ronin, stuff like that. Rujin Z, the crazy technomorphing. That's my jam right there. That's my jam. Technomorphing, the blending of technology and flesh to create something new and the same at the same time. Yes. If any of you know what Rujin Z is, you're obscure and I like you. That's an obscure one. That's like very 90s. It's about this octogenarian who gets stuck in a smart bed that monitors everything he does, makes him go to the bathroom for him, cares for everything for him, but the AI that's programmed for it knows that he hates it because it's basically the indignity of it, basically trapping him in a bed. Just because he's, can't move doesn't mean he's not a person. It's a pretty good metaphor for the healthcare industry. It's amazing. Rujin Z, check that out. Man, you're learning all sorts of things, aren't you, Daniel? You didn't know about most of these things. Rodin, Rujin Z. You didn't, but now you know about them. Because it's great. Because I'm Mick, and it's great. Cyberpunk. Crazy technomorphing cyberpunk. What else? And there's like, well, Cyberpunk, you know, that game, and Edge Runners. That game took forever to actually get good, didn't it? It's like, dear God. Stop, game companies, stop rushing out your products, please. I might get that now, but it's like, ugh. Man. Man, oh man. And of course, The Matrix. Only the first one. And even that one was kind of dragging. Yeah, so Ronin, The Matrix, Akira, Rujinzi, Ghost in the Shell, maybe? Those are good cyberpunk things. That's the title of this video. Some good cyberpunk things that I'm just coming up with now. Yeah. 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 With that, like, comment, and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling nice. Share it with a bear. And always remember, praise be to the Blood Elk, fear the Stabopotamus, and death to Kronos. Ooh. Oh, that is some pepper. I like that. Yeah, that'll clear your sinuses something fierce. Have a night, folks.